video, okay, very short. I don't even know when I'm going to post again, but I just really wanted to talk to y'all a bit as I sip my tea here about leaving this modern time. Okay, so some of y'all may be like, "Oh, I'm not modern. I'm not doing modern things at this time," and I can guarantee that you probably are. So I'm leaving this time period of this modernism, um, and I want to talk to you all about why I think y'all should join me as well. Okay, so we'll wait till we get more people in. Hopefully, um, we'll get a couple people in here. I purposely did this did this live stream off peak time because I'm not trying to get views. I'm not trying to monetize this video. It doesn't even matter to me. I'm just really trying to reach people on this subject and really inspire other people to leave this modern time, to stop being modern. Now, a lot of people may say, "Oh, what do you mean by that?" First, this time, this modern time is extremely creepy. Okay, this endless ability to watch each other, to see each other's growth day after day after day, this endless ability to be able to just peek in each other's windows, to tap into each other's energy at any time and be complete strangers. I'm finding that to be very creepy, and I think it's unhealthy for everybody. This obsession with random people's energy, strangers' energy, other people's lifestyle, always like sharing our lifestyle and always being in other people's lifestyle and exposed to it. Personally, I find that it has gotten way out of control. And the only way I see to avoid that and to choose to be in other people's business and lifestyle is to actually meet people offline and not just see them on YouTube or on some app. We weren't meant to just see so many people, hear so many voices, have so much in coming in our metaphysical space all the time. We wasn't meant for that, y'all. We wasn't. We were supposed to have designated days for that, like dancing and clubbing, and there was designated days for all of that. Now we're just like, it's almost like we're in this worldwide club all day long, every day. And I think that it is blocking people's blessings. It's allowing people to steal each other's stars and destiny, steal downloads, uh, pray against spell work. It's making it too easy for people to track you, to monitor your growth, and knowing when to love bomb you and groom you and come back and smear you. It's just out of control. Um, Also, I'm becoming non-modern more and more and more, so I'm just completely like nothing like after the 90s. Okay. One of the reasons is because I find that it's just screwing around with the gender energy. It's almost like you have to fight to stay your gender. You have to fight so hard for it. It's just so much influence out here trying to change your gender, trying to change it even though you don't even have that urge or feeling to have your gender change. Like I feel like it's difficult for me to stay a graceful and peaceful woman when I'm constantly seeing all the hate towards my race and towards my gender, when I'm constantly attacked for no reason and random people who don't even know me. I'm tired of that. I just want to be my gender and my race in peace. So that's another reason why I'm leaving the modern world that's after the 1990s, because that's when it all really started. Like in the 90s, wasn't nobody worried about attacking each other's race to each other's face or through some sort of electronic. No one was doing that. People just wanted to have a good time and laugh and enjoy their day off work in peace. Nowadays, people are just dumping their toxicity on anyone. Back in the 90s, we went to our friends, we went to our friendship circle to rant, to express how hurt we was. We wasn't just going up to random strangers and doing that. I think that is so disrespectful and it's narcissistic. So that's another reason why I am leaving the modern time today. Okay, so that people can realize that I have no interest in receiving your emotional baggage if I don't know you. Like if we're not cool and we're not tight, I don't want to hear about it. And if you bring it to me some way through an email or text, I'm going to send you to the nearest counselor and therapist. So that's another reason why I'm leaving this modern time period. Also, it's because people are warping and distorting the non-modern time period. Um, the diets are trash nowadays. The the advice for relationships is trash. Everyone is claiming to be an expert in everything, even though they know that they're not even over what they went through, even though they know that what they're trying to teach is still a challenge in their life. I'm sick and tired of so many people claiming to be experts in everything instead of picking like one or two things to be like an expert in. I find that the narcissistic energy is just out of control and I just don't really want to be exposed to it. Okay. This modern, it got very very modern after 1997. I can remember when it happened because I walked into a library and everyone was like robots on the library computers hanging out in the chat rooms, the MSN chat rooms. And I'm like, what is everybody doing on computers? Why ain't nobody outside? Like, why ain't nobody at the park? And I'm like, oh, they have these computer boxes now in the library. And everyone was just on them, like in the chat rooms. And I'm like, what is this? And I just remember looking and just looking as I walked past the library computers. I just saw everyone's just chatting to random strangers. And I was like, ooh, no, I don't want to do that. And I just went and got books. And it was like I was like the black sheep in the library. And that's how I found out that there was computers available, that there was a such thing as a computer to use for chatting. Because when I was in high school, there was one computer per classroom, and it was for work only. And you had assigned times to use the computer. So I was shocked to see all these computers at the library just for people to do anything and everything on, just waste their time. I was really shocked. Like, I also noticed that we're living in a world where everyone thinks because you're talking to them online that they're entitled to your energy, like all of you. So, this is why I did this video without me on camera, because being on camera and letting strangers see you from all over the world is very modern. Okay, it's not safe and it's dangerous. So I never know who's looking at me in this video. I don't know who's stalking me. I don't know if my enemies are trolling me. And I really don't want to be seen by complete strangers anywhere. So that's why I did this video like this. So that even this video would be non-modern. Um, so another reason why I'm going non-modern is because the modern world is obsessed with proving that they know all. It's like a lot of people have God complex. Instead of focusing on their creative gifts, so many people are focusing on proving that they're intelligent, that they're knowledgeable about this and that. I don't want to do that because my natural creative gifts were starting to be oppressed. I felt like I was fighting to the death for my natural creative gifts. The more and more I became modern. This modern time is witchcraft. It's the whole thing is witchcraft on y'all. Why do you think half of y'all don't even do creative stuff as much as you used to? Why do you think half of y'all are not in shape? You don't have the body you used to. Why do you think that you don't have the focus you used to? Why do you think you don't have the social skills like you used to? Why do you think you're not as brave to go outdoors like you used to be? Why do you think you get anxiety with trying to meet new people, even offline? Because it's this modern world, the way it is operating as a worldwide collective, especially in America, it's a witchcraft as a whole. Okay, there is a witchcraft cloud on the entire society, and the only way to get out of it is to become non-modern. It also means, this also means that whatever you consider your gender as, you have to do that gender. Meaning you have to stay away from anything that's not the gender that you are, that you don't consider you are. Because that's one of the greatest things. Look at all these gender wars going on. Look at how women are like, oh, I'm feminine, but yet you look at them and they're not dressed feminine. They don't even realize that this witchcraft on from the modern world has got everybody passive aggressive, even with their self-care, even with their own identification. So this is why I'm leaving the modern world, because I want to protect how I was raised on what is my gender and what is my duty as a woman and what is best for me as a female. And what's not best for me is to always see so much of the competition. Okay? As a female, I'm supposed to have my own group like the Empress do. I'm not supposed to be exposed to all these different women and their body types and their diet choices and their boobs and their makeup, and that is toxic, y'all. So that's another reason why I'm going on modern. I want to know that when someone is celebrating me, I know that they really are because I met them in person. They can't hide. They can't hide their true feelings about my femininity or about my culture or my race, because I'm looking right at the people in person. I've met them in person. We have had drinks, we're dancing, we have hung out, and we actually have a real life. Y'all, a lot of this stuff online, it's not real, y'all. A lot of people are hiding and they're fake. A lot of this is an illusion upon illusions, illusions within illusions. It's time to live your life more offline. You're missing out on so much. Cut back streaming like 90%, and you will realize how much you missed out on your life. Like, you will realize that you have hidden talents, hidden abilities, that you're braver than you thought you were. But you can't do that if you don't stop being modern. Stop looking for like takeout food, quick food, all that stuff. Stop doing all that stuff. Like, start investing in like your identity, literally investing in it. Like, get you a wardrobe from a certain time period. That's what I'm doing. That was non-modern. This modern time, the women are wearing jeans all the time. They're wearing, a lot of t-shirts and hoodies and stuff. I thought that was okay. I really did. But I noticed it was affecting my non-modern side of me. So I'm getting rid of that. Like, only way I wear a hoodie now is if I'm going hiking, if I'm going camping, if I'm going to be up in the woods somewhere, or it's really, really cold. at night or something like that. Other than that, like, I don't want to wear that because it's very modern. And there are going to be some women who want to argue with me about that, but it's true. Okay, it's true. In order to access your creative gifts, you must lock in all the way to the gender that you truly identify with. It cannot be only 10%. And this is a real conversation I'm having with y'all. I purposely did not show myself in this video, and I'm not monetizing it, and I don't care about the views because I do not know when I will be putting another video up, because that's another issue. I'm going non-modern with teaching. I want to teach in the books and recordings like they did back in the 50s, in the 80s, instead of teaching on these platforms. There's too many people who are not worthy to receive your knowledge and my knowledge and just be running around in these streets with it for free. They're not worthy. The worthy people are buying your knowledge, paying you cold hard cash for your knowledge. They're paying you cold hard cash for your creative gifts. When you are sitting here online just sharing what you know, that's modern, y'all. It's modern. When you're just posting in comment boxes what you know, that's modern. You know you're walking away unpaid, the same money in your bank account. You know this. And that is very modern, because in the old days, they were about making money. Go. Understand that it wasn't about doing nothing for free. Only time they did free stuff was for their local church or charity. And they went to a place that was actually said charity on the building. Other than that, they was not doing this stuff like this, y'all. Hi, Angelina. I notice people don't even meet for tea anymore. I've tried to invite people like, oh, you want to go to a tea party with me? Have tea in the park? No, I'm cool. I'm cool. But they like hop right on their phone. So I find that if I become more non-modern, I'm actually reaching the more high vibrational people who actually drink tea, who like tea parties, like Asian people, like Indian people. That means most likely I'm not going to be a part of the Black community anymore, because I don't mean no harm. But from what I see with the African American community, it is extremely modern, too modern for me. And a lot of people don't want to admit that it's modern. It's modern sitting up on these platforms, showing your cleavage all the time, sitting on these platforms with your t-shirt with no t-shirt on, showing your chest, showing everything you got. That is modern. It's modern. And I'm noticing this is a common thing in the African American community. It's extremely modern. So, of course, I'm going to start having more friends that are not African American. And yeah, people may say, oh, she's a sellout, she's a coon. But no, I'm non modern, period. Non modern. And when I say non modern, I'm also talking about the time periods where there was no wig. People weren't wearing wigs unless they really had to. People looked eloquent. People looked at like class. They looked at really cleaned up, well groomed. A lot of class. That's what I'm going back to. That's what I want to be. I'm putting myself in that classroom, and God is going to lead me back to 1997 all the way to the 1950s. So I can grab whatever I need to grab from those time periods that just said straight up class. I mean, if you want to create modern art, cool. But why do you have to live it? You know it never works for you. Like Divine Ones, being modern does not work for you. You know it puts you in a poorhouse. You know that it makes you meet toxic people. You know that you're on an emotional roller coaster all the time. You know that you feel like your self-esteem is always under attack. You know that you feel like you're always questioning your choices and your self-worth. Why do you want to put up with that? I want to live back in a time period where how big your car was didn't make you who you were. How big your house didn't make you who you were. There was hippies in the 70s who had little apartments, who had little buggy little cars, the punch buggy cars. Nobody laughed at them. Nobody said, "Oh, you're broke." Nobody did. Why? Because people knew that it was peaceful. People knew that that wasn't that what you own did not define who you are. Nowadays, in the modern world now, everyone says you're not tapped in if you don't have this or you don't have that. That's all toxic. It's toxic, y'all. There was rich hippies that you would have never knew was rich. Hi, everybody. Wow, that's a synchronicity. I heard the word nope earlier. Thank you very much for the donation, the $5 donation. See, exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying. People really think because what they own that they're not modern anymore. They think because they could get rich online or somehow they struck gold, but it's like a lot of people nowadays do not care about their health, and the non-modern people do. Their health is first before everybody and anybody. They got recipe books with healthy, well balanced, low fat meals. In the old days, people ate takeout only if they really had to. That was for like lunch meetings. They only went to dinners at places if it was an important dinner meeting that they had to have dinner somewhere. It wasn't like, oh, we're going out to dinner here because this is a date. You know where people went for dates? To the ice cream shop. That's where people went. To the park. Or they had a picnic where they made the meals and they took it there. If they dated in the wintertime, then they went to each other's house for dinner. Or if they did go out for dinner, it was at they at 5 star because they wanted to make sure that they had healthy meals even when they went out to eat. They was able to eat low fat diets, well prepared, safe food. Nowadays, people don't care. I want the quality of my friends to be better. And I can if I'm modern. You attract who you are. You really do. So if you're not attracting high quality people in your life, then ask yourself, how modern are you? Oh, thank you very much. Oh, hopeful, thank you very much. You know, before this modern time where computers is in everyone's houses now and Wi-Fi, people were able to sit by themselves and just read a book. People were just able to go for a walk outside in silence. I went for a walk today, y'all. It was at least an hour walk, and I never turned on my phone. I never got on the internet. And it was the most peaceful moment I had in years. I didn't care what anyone had to say or what phone calls I got. I treated my walk like my phone was at home, like I had the wire cruelly phone plugged into the wall. We have got to get back to that. We have got to start treating the electronic the way it's supposed to be treated. A phone is supposed to be for phone calls. A phone is not supposed to be for you to just access anybody's life and anybody everywhere, anytime, and just to be messy. How do you think people reach genius levels? You don't, when you meet people who are geniuses, or they're mastering at something, they're a master, they're not modern. They're not modern. Why do you think Prince never allowed himself to have a cell phone? He never had a cell phone. Michael Jackson, no. Nobody saw Whitney Houston with a cell phone. I'm just, I'm just keeping it real. Like, when you research some of the most greatest talent in the world, you'll realize that they're not that wired into the world. They're just, the only time they show up is to make their money. That's the only time they show up. Other than that, their life is secret, they're private, and they have their own entourage, and they leave it as that. And they feel like if we need to talk, we need to meet in person. Otherwise, a phone calls for emergencies and for because you're so far away and we need to talk about something productive, or we're not talking. We need to all get to that point. Oh, thank you very much. A $9.99. Oh, thank you very much, Baby Blue. I mean, being modern gives you such severe anxiety. If we were all non-modern again, like as much as we could be non-modern, we wouldn't have worldwide depression anymore. A lot of therapists wouldn't even be rich. We would put them out of business. I'm telling you no lie. The fact that we can see relatives that we don't deal with anymore, we could just go on Facebook and see them. The fact that they can see us like our enemies, that's like wow, y'all. That's wild. Like when we cut people off, we're supposed to have cut them off. Our energy is supposed to be like undiscoverable to people who have we have cut off. It becoming non-modern to the bone, non-modern to the bone is the hard. It's the one of the greatest challenge now. It's such y'all confirmation. I just looked on the TV. I got I got this scene on like soundscape on, where it like plays music, like classical music, and I see the likeness of being. So I guess the Holy Spirit want me to tell y'all that if you're non-modern, your being becomes light. Okay? It becomes lighter. Why else would I see that phrase? The lightness of being. Some of y'all don't even know why you're heavy. You're just heavy because you're modern. And it's just the truth. We have to get back to traveling using our feet. We have to get back to riding the trains, to going out dancing, and stop living in fear and paranoia. Y'all, look, there was always mass shooters. There were always serial killers and body snatchers. They always existed. They always existed. But we cannot be living in fear all the time that we're like, oh, I'm just going to be modern, stuck in my house like modern people are because I'm scared. You can't live like that. You have got to go out. Can you imagine how many celebrities that we could have met if we were just out all the time? Celebrities are everywhere. Famous people are everywhere. Rich people are everywhere. And we will never meet them hiding out and not going places all the time. We have to go places all the time. Oh, hi, Ika Jones. Take care. Hey, email me if you want to join me, because I want to have some workshops on how can we become more non-modern. I want some workshops on that. We can all contribute and critique each other and and call each other out with, or and help each other out. I really want to start this, okay? Like this is so important to me. I'm so tired, y'all. I'm so tired of the modern world. I'm just y'all, if I was able to just pack up my car with the bare necessities and just maybe go in the woods in a cabin and live there for like a year straight, I would, just to just take a break from the modern world, okay, and then come back and then I'm ready to like live non-modern. I mean, email me, Ika, if you want to connect with me. They're laughing at you because they're modern. They're modern. I'm serious. I already know that I'm going to be laughed at. I'm going to be laughed at all through this neighborhood. When I start wearing more clothes that's non-modern, you know, baby doll dresses and sweater outfits and in my hair, just nicely eloquent all the time. People are going to be like, "Oh, where does she think she at? 1950s or something?" That's what people are going to say. They're going to laugh at me. I'm literally going to stick out. Okay, I. It's when people say, "Oh, what did you do this weekend?" "Oh, I went to a tea party." "You went to a tea party?" "Oh, what did you do this weekend?" "I went dancing. I went to a merengue." People are going to be like, "Oh, you're lame. You're an African American woman at a merengue." I already know that I'm going to be laughed at, but I do not care. Okay, I just don't care. Don't give up. If you feel look, I can tell you right now, and every divine one feels the way you're feeling, Ika. I'm serious. The non-modern world keeps you standing at the edge of a bridge. You walk away from the bridge, it sends you right back to it. I can't tell you how many times I've been at the point where I was ready to jump off the London Bridge, as if in my mind, just in my mind. You have to unplug from the modern world. It's always telling you you're not good enough. It's always telling you that you're behind in life. It's always telling you that you're an outsider, that you don't belong. It's always telling you to go faster, go harder, get smarter than the last time, do better. You're not doing good enough. You're not worthy of this person and you're not worthy of this place. It's always telling you that, like all day long. It's like leagues and leagues and leagues of demonic voices saying this to you, whispering it to you. It's sick, y'all. Because the people you have dealt with are modern. Soon as you meet people that's not non-modern, this non-modern, okay, soon as you meet those, your joy will come back in your life. I'm serious, Ika. You will feel like, okay, I'm free. Because non-modern people, they're not competing. They don't care. All they care about is the job that they're doing. All they care about is enjoying their day when they're off work. They're just not competing. They just don't care about competing. They don't care about standing in your way and stealing what you got. See, in the old days when people were not modern, they worked hard and they liked working hard. They liked staying. They did not want to have so much time on their hands to compete and to hate. They literally enjoyed filling up their day with so many different things that they could do that would give them peace and bring other people peace and their home peace. It was just like that. You need to connect with those people who are like that, who can respect the silent moments when you go quiet, who won't force you to be in a way that you don't want to be at the moment. That when you say no, they're not bothered that you said no. Non-modern people don't care if you say no. They're like, okay, no is no. Nowadays, the modern people are like, no, I'm right, you're wrong, and I know what's best for you, and this and all this. You don't need modern people. Get rid of them. Get rid of them. Like, if you have any people in your life that are very, very modern, like 10 times more modern than you need to cut them off immediately. Soon as you become non-modern, your hope will increase. Like, like investigate yourself in workshop. Y'all want to see this rain? Y'all, I'm gonna let y'all see this rain. I don't know if I can change the camera. I guess I can. It says the orientation is locked. Um, I want to be known, but I don't want to be known like from head to toe by strangers. You know? So that's another reason why I'm becoming non-modern. I want people to pick up my books and my audios and be like, I'm learning a lot from her, but we're not friends and we're not family. Like, so I can't just come at her any kind of way. And I don't have access to her life. I want that type of protection. I want that type of feeling safe. I want to go camping and hiking like they did in the 1950s. You know, they took the RV or they, they took the RV and they took the kids camping and their family went camping and barbecuing. We need to get it all back. We need to barbecue more and we need to go swimming and we need to do gardening and all of that stuff. We have to get back to that. And I want to know people who are trying to go on this journey with me. If you're not, there's no reason to email me when I'm gone. If y'all see I'm not uploading videos, and if you are modern, there's no reason to email me. But if you want to go on this non-modern journey with me, email me, say hello, understand though I'm not going to be your counselor. I'm not going to hear all your problems all the time in an email. Why? Because that's modern. Okay, in the old days when people were depressed and stressed, they called up a therapist, they called their mom and dad, they told their doctor they need to see a counselor or whatever. We need to get back to that. I'm actually going to be getting counseling for my grief. I've lost some people. My cat recently died, my senior cat died, and I'm having a hard time because the way she died. I'm having a hard time getting through the grief. So I'm going to talk to a counselor about my grief. I'm not going to hang out and hide on YouTube to run from my grief. And I really hope y'all will stop running from your grief as well and get the help that you need. Take care, Ika. You're very welcome. So, I hope y'all will join me on my Mecca channel because my Mecca channel is it. I feel like I'm really celebrating the non-modern side of me. And I don't want to teach spiritualism and psychic stuff publicly anymore. Why? Because it's become modern. Everyone is doing it. Everyone is claiming that they're chosen, that they're psychic, that they're a spiritual coach, and everyone's doing it publicly. So it's just become too public for me. It just has, y'all. So whatever I want to teach y'all, I want to teach y'all in a non-modern way. Y'all, so y'all have to go to Amazon and get the audios, and y'all have to go to somewhere online to get the books. But I'll keep my Mecca channel, my lifestyle channel, only because I will be sharing what I'm doing non-modern. So if someone wants to follow my non-modern journey, and if someone wants to find out how to buy my books and my audios, they can always go to my lifestyle channel when I make my announcements. But the commenting I will not really be in the comment section because that's very modern. I don't really want to socialize on these platforms. I'm not trying to be rude, but I want to socialize in person. I want to socialize with people who buy my product. You buy my product, we socialize. I don't know you, we're not going to sit online and socialize. That's modern. I hope y'all will join me in this journey. Okay? I will be hiding a lot of videos when this live ends. It'll be a lot of videos this left on this channel that is I consider it to be very more non-modern. All the reading videos, all the readings, they will not be visible. Okay? Um and I will also be turning off the commenting option on this channel since a lot of modern people come to attack and dump and be toxic to this channel. So to push out the modern people who won't respect this channel, I'm turning the comments off so no one can really talk on this channel anymore. But they can still watch the videos that I put up. I don't want y'all to lose this channel. So what I'm going to do is I might post something every now and then that I feel is non-modern. And y'all can always watch the video and see if it inspires you in a non-modern way. Other than that, all my educational content is you're gonna have to pay for it from now on. I will not be publicly educating on this channel anymore. I will announce where I will be, what private, where my business will be that will require membership. I will announce that. Maybe I'll be on Vimeo where you have to pay for the videos. Maybe I'll be on Patreon. I don't know. I just know that I'm no longer doing free public education anymore. But if you want to follow my non-modern lifestyle, you can always join my lifestyle channel. If you want to find out about my literary resources, you can always join my Mecca channel. Thank you to everyone who has supported this channel through all the education and readings I've done and oracleship I've done. I'm no longer a public oracle. Oracles are supposed to be secret and sacred and private. And I've been being very modern by sharing my oracleship so publicly. That was modern, and I'm not doing it anymore. If you want to connect with me elsewhere and you know you're non-modern, okay? I mean, you're not red pill, you're not blue pill, you're not against this gender, you're not none of that, okay? You're not even living modern-like. If you are non-modern, like if you are a stoic, if you have some stoic type ways to you, and when I look at you, I see that, okay, you're kind of stoic-y, you're looking non-modern. If I can look at you and think that, then connect with me. Okay? If you're in the gardening, the arts, traveling, museums, dancing, you know, healthy food, you know, low fat dieting, if you're into that, because I don't care what nobody say, high fat diet is modern. Period. Okay? A high fat diet is modern. If you like to eat takeout all the time, if you like to eat junk food all the time, don't even contact me because I don't want that in my life. I don't want friends that are into that. If you like to wear a lot of wigs and a whole lot of makeup all the time, and you're a product junkie and you're into fornicating all the time, don't contact me. I'm not trying to be ignorant, but you are the five people who you associate with. And I want to associate with non-modern people. Okay. All right. So email me if you're non-modern, and maybe we can see how we can give each other tips to become non-modern. I'm going to actually be hanging out on YouTube channels that I feel is non-modern. So I'm going to be looking like, okay, does this look modern? If it's not minimalistic, if the people aren't like living their life and they're just sitting there, just talking, then I know that's a modern channel. So I'm not going to be on that channel. I just gave some tips for y'all, and I hope y'all will join me in this. I'll see y'all on my lifestyle channel and my Mecca channel. I might throw up a video once a week on this channel, but it'll be something like non-modern, maybe to inspire y'all. But that'll be about it. Look, check the community news for the announcements for my books and audios and articles, the things that I'm publishing. Okay? All right, bye everybody.